Prince of Wales, Prince William recently pointed out that he'd had a terribly brutal year. And everybody will agree with him on that. For anybody who's going through the same thing, anybody who's going through an illness or, sort of aftercare, it just wipes you out, doesn't it? And you're kind of annoyed with yourself because you feel you're wasting time, but you have to be good to yourself to get on the road to recovery. That's the thing, isn't it? So difficult. Sadly, we're all sort of machines in the end, aren't we, really? We kind of have to fall apart to be put back together again, the sort of thing. But really what that revealed about the royal family was, well, how difficult it's been in the inner circle, particularly not just for Catherine, the Princess of Wales, but of course for His Majesty the King. And can we also send prayers and good wishes out to Camilla, our Queen, who's still recovering from a very heavy cold chest infection. Never nice at any age, but particularly at certain ages it always is concerning, right? Now, where I find this fascinating is when you think about it. According to a very well-placed source, you do have to wonder exactly how cruel can both Meghan Markle and Prince Harry truly be. But the latter foremost, as ever, let me explain. Good to see you on a crisp and beautiful day here in the very heart of London. I hope you're keeping well. And thank you for your very positive comments about the longer form video that I put together for you, all about the secrets behind exactly how Meghan manipulated, along with her team, she's never alone, but along with her team, of how they put the media together to make sure she was snapped, cajoled and placed into the headlines, all the while, of course, nothing to do with me. A sort of similarity that we've seen for so many years with Meghan Markle and of course Prince Harry. He's been manipulated into that. He was never truly like that, but seemingly now he is. Now, when you think about it, as I said at the start of the video, it takes some kind of cruelty, doesn't it, when you think, because obviously we have His Majesty the King battling cancer, and I have to say, I thought he does a sterling job, particularly at the Remembrance Sunday service. Whatever you think, to stand there when you don't feel great, let's be honest, we've all been there, right? You're thinking to yourself, oh, I just want to get down in a chair and fall asleep. He is doing his duty. He must be commended for that. Whatever. Very great example, of course, left by his late mother, our divine monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. She never faltered on duty. Some people could not say the same thing about Meghan Markle. According to a well-placed source, and this is the reason why I like to share those longer form videos with you. People say, Neil, do you know this? Well, look, I know all the photographers also that work in the tabloid world. They tell me their secrets. They tell me the people they're working with and the deals that are struck. You understand how this works now. I'm not just somebody here literally being a YouTuber as such. I'm somebody who's been in the inner centre and remains in the inner centre of the media world. I know exactly what goes on behind the scenes. Hence the reason I like to share it with you, so you get a fuller picture. Now, according to that source, what's fascinating is that while, of course, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have still kept away their two children, Prince Harry apparently had something of a bust-up behind the scenes, simply because he did want to bring his eldest child, Prince Archie, over to see His Majesty the King. He felt like this would be a ground softener, whether you agree or not, but I think it would have been a nice sort of thing to do, a nice gesture. But apparently at the 11th hour, no, he wasn't allowed to take his own son out of the country to visit his grandfather, possibly for the very first, second, maybe third time, if you were lucky. Now, it takes some kind of cruelty, doesn't it, to say, yeah, I'm not going to allow that. I don't care what's happening. It's about me. Apparently, Meghan didn't feel safe for her eldest child to be out in the world, even though he was going to be protected by the best protection in the world, alongside his father, the Duke of Sussex. And as I said at the start of this video, when you have those wonderful opportunities, particularly when people are recovering from terrible illnesses, you do have to say to yourself in that climate, well, we have to move on, we have to forgive. Maybe a visit from Prince Archie, whether you agree or not, could have done the power of good at the very darkest of times for His Majesty the King. And whichever way you look at it, one out of the two of those people decided against it. Now, what sort of person truly is that? Neil Sean, Kensington, London.